Medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her.
It's official. CPS is stepping in and taking Junior away from Chan. Test results showed he had every kind of hardcore substance in his system. No joke. Turns out all those whispers about her drinking heavy while pregnant weren't just rumors. They were real. But the wildest part? Booze wasn't even the worst of it. They say she was on even stronger stuff. Yep, including the white powder. And even after Junior was born with serious health issues, Chan kept brushing it off like it was nothing. She straight up refused to take him to the right doctors who could actually help. When people started calling her out, instead of doing what was right, she jumped online and spent hours arguing back. She kept saying things like, "He's not slow," and blamed it all on him just being a little kid.
She drank, and because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could be some type of neurological problem. I do see that. I'm not blind and I'm not dumb. I'm not fixing to play blind or dumb. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to go get my matching helmet with my baby if he need a helmet.
Remember, Junior was born with a hernia, and the surgery was supposed to happen right after birth. But Chrisean kept skipping the hospital appointments just to go party with her crew. It wasn't until Blue shared photos of the boy's private parts that she finally rushed him to the hospital to get it done. At that point, Blue was already accusing her of using stuff while pregnant and even questioned if the boy was really his. He tweeted, "I don't care about Christian feelings. My son is hurting every day, and she's acting like it's not a problem. You had a baby on live, but you mad about the truth being live." Blue didn't hold back. He called her a bad mom and said she was totally unfit. He went off, saying she kept pushing the surgery back just to do whatever she wanted. He even said, "I went to Baltimore thinking it's surgery."
Sean's son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him. And also, if y'all not gonna know about him,
They talking about she missed the appointment. Now, yeah, people were shocked and upset that Blue posted such private and inappropriate pictures. But at the same time, they couldn't ignore what was really going on behind the scenes. He said he wasn't lying. There were real videos and pics of Chan drinking and smoking while pregnant, so she couldn't even deny it. And now, all that stuff she was using clearly didn't just vanish because it hit Junior hard. Someone from the hospital where Christian takes Junior for checkups just broke major HIPAA laws. They snapped photos of his test results and leaked them straight to the blogs. And baby, what those results showed? It's way worse than anybody expected. Now, I can't show the actual documents for legal reasons, but we are diving into what those test results revealed and the substances found in his system at birth.
but don't talk about HIPAA. HIPAA pertains to the people that signed the HIPAA paper, the HIPAA forms, you know, agreeing not to violate that, which therefore goes for the medical records, the hospital workers, the doctors, you know, things like that, not friends and family. They didn't sign or agree to no HIPAA lawsuit maybe, but nobody's violating HIPAA talking about this. Mind y'all, there's a whole list of things, but I'm just gonna point out the major ones. The first one being, like we all assumed, he does suffer from fetal alcohol syndrome. He does.
According to what leaked, Junior's dealing with fetal alcohol syndrome, blindness, and even has part of his brain that never fully developed. That's serious. And that's not all. Sources say he's been having what doctors call Dr. Draw since the day he was born, and he's still going through it to this day. The wild part? Chrisean still hasn't learned anything from all this. She's out here making Junior's life even harder, like things weren't already bad enough. So here's what went down. She recently hopped on Twitch for a live stream, and it was a mess. Things got so bad that people started calling CPS while she was live. Yep, real-time child neglect accusations. Then Blue called her up, and instead of focusing on the kid, the first thing she did was leave Junior locked inside her car just so she could go off on Blue over their usual drama.
Does suffer from neonatal abstinence syndrome, which basically is drug withdrawal. And from the records, they're saying that it was cocaine. He does also suffer from spasticity, which would explain why he's almost 2 and cannot walk or barely move. If y'all notice, Chrisean always has him either in a stroller or carrying him. It's basically a neurological condition that causes abnormal muscle stiffness or tightness and makes moving pretty hard. But mind y'all, he's a baby. Yeah, times 10. He also suffers from seizure disorder. Another big one was...
Mind you, the car was blazing hot, and the boy started crying his eyes out. But did Chrisean rush to help him? Nope. Instead, she told one of the Twitch staff who was on set with her to go check on him, like it was their problem. People were not having it. They started reporting the live left and right. And before the stream was even over, Twitch shut it down and banned her account. At this point, it's looking real unlikely that Chrisean will be hopping on another live stream anytime soon. Every time she does, it blows up in her face. Before that Twitch disaster, Chrisean had already been through it during a stream with Dahi Frost. Someone called in and snapped on her, straight up accusing her of drinking and smoking while pregnant. They said, "Yes, just like Issa, just doing your goof. Who drank your baby?" It was wild. And let's not forget, the very first time we ever heard details about Junior's condition was when Chrisean went live trying to defend that goofy face tattoo of Blue's name she got. While she was running her mouth, the real truth started spilling out.
CVI, which is cortical visual impairment. And that is basically when a portion of the brain has been damaged, therefore leading to it's basically going to affect how he interprets visual stimulus, like problems with processing, problems with, paying attention, problems with recognition. And based off how we've seen Junior, these all are making sense. The big kicker here is that with all of the things listed, he's supposed to be in palliative care. For y'all that don't know, that is basically care that is supposed to help prolong his life and make it a more stable.
Junior was in the back crying, clearly in pain, just wanting his mom's attention. But Chrisean? She was too busy trying to defend a tattoo that ended up being fake anyway. She got dragged again after hopping on another IG Live with Junior, where folks instantly noticed he had visible signs of fetal alcohol syndrome. And it didn't stop there. Another clip went viral showing Junior looking totally out of it.
Durable life. Without that, things are not going to go well. So when people are telling Chrisean that she needs to get her son the help that he needs, there's literally help that he needs. As a mom, just as a human, but as a mom, it's sad, it's sickening. The internet was able to tell you that you needed to get your son help before you could admit that he needed help. I don't see how people are not seeing the deeper problem when it comes to this. I don't see why or how she still has her son. It's so sad because that little boy did not ask to be here, and from jump.
That's when people really started talking, saying he might be blind. The viral video was taken while Chrisean was live, bragging about being sober. But while she was talking, Junior was just staring off into space, completely lost. No reaction, no focus, like he didn't even know where he was. And just like clockwork, once Chrisean saw what everyone was saying about her, instead of owning up to anything, she jumped online and fired back at the critics, full defense mode.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it for my family. Yeah, we may mess up on the way. I need y'all to pray for me. I don't need y'all to pass judgment. Please keep your opinions to yourself. For real.
Chrisean went off saying, folks need to stop calling her son slow, and claimed he's actually a perfectly healthy kid. She denied all the talk about him being blind too, saying he only looks the way he does because he's just a child. But with everything that's been surfacing about Junior's condition, word on the street is that CPS is now actively building a case to take him away for good. Allegedly, the only reason they didn't remove him at birth, despite all the stuff found in his system, was because Chrisean's lawyers convinced them to back off by promising she'd step up as a better mom. But let's be real, nothing's changed. She's still out here wilding, just like before. And of course, the internet had plenty to say about it all. One person commented, "In Junior's system, shocker. I would have been more surprised if you told me he didn't have anything, poor baby. She's got money. That's the only reason she still has custody. I've seen kids taken for way less." Another added, "Junior was doomed from the womb. Chrisean is crazy. This is just sad. And she wanted that baby." Someone else chimed in, "She moves around too much to get caught." Now I gotta hear from you. What do you think about those leaked test results? Do you believe CPS should step in and take Junior away for real this time? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. And if you thought this was messy, click right here to watch the next wild video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next scandal. Because trust, there's always more coming.